Hallo alle, herzlich willkommen wieder zurück. Guten Tag, guten Morgen, Servus, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to hairtailor.com. This is our video walkthrough for Kapitel 1, Zweite Stufe. So let's jump right in. Don't forget to share my screen with you. Here we go. All right, Zweite Stufe. So sagt man das. Asking someone's age and giving yours. To find out how old someone is, your conversation could include this vocabulary. Wie alt bist du? Wie alt bist du? Ich bin 14 Jahre alt. Ich bin 14 Jahre alt. Ich bin 14. 14. Okay, so just as in English, right? We've got our nice grammar here, matches perfectly with English. Wie alt bist du? How old are you? Ich bin 14 Jahre alt. I am 14 years old. Excellent. Work on your pronunciation with those really hard things like Jahre. Right? Make sure you go look at my alphabet and pronunciation video. Be a totally separate lesson. Also, remember to always practice. This is my philosophy for learning language. Always, always, always practice the longest version you can. And then when you get really good at it, then you can practice the shorter version. Obviously, when we're talking everyday life, we don't complete every sentence every time as much as possible. We sometimes say shortened things. Hey, how old are you? 14. That's perfectly fine. But since we're learning, let's practice Ich bin 14 Jahre alt, so that when that just becomes fluent and it just comes out with no problem, we can say 14 because we're not even thinking in English anymore. Okay, so here we go. So, bist du schon 15? Bist du schon 15? Nein, ich bin noch 14. Nein, ich bin noch 14. Okay, so bist du schon 15? Are you already 15? No, I am still 14. Okay. Wie alt ist der Rudolf? Er ist 17 Jahre alt. Und die Monika, ist sie auch 17? Ja, sie ist auch 17. Und die Nicole? Sie auch? Nein, Nicole ist schon 18. Okay, so I'm used to teaching live, so this is a video, so make sure you back up if you need to and practice pronouncing it as you go. Always remember, it's a good idea. Grab your mobile device and record yourself while you're practicing and listen to your pronunciation and make corrections as need be. It's always best to work with a partner, but we don't always have that luxury, obviously. All righty, so this is how old people are. In order to talk about how old you are, you got to know the numbers, obviously. So let's do a little review on the numbers. I've got a whole video also on hairtailor.com that's going to cover the numbers, but we'll just run and do a quick run through here if you remember. So we've got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. I know that was fast, but like I say, go look at the numbers video and you'll see that. So if you're on hairtailor.com, you may be under 20, so that's great. If you're over 20, like some of us, you need to know how to build the numbers. Again, I'll do a quick run through here, but go look at the numbers video on hairtailor.com. And it has its own document that will go with this as well. But you could use this pretty easily as well. So 20. Now, once we get to 20, in English, we say 21. And in German, you say 1 and 20. 1 und 20. So then for 22, in German, it's backwards, 2 und 20. Okay. And this, again, I'll go over this in more detail in the other video, but a lot of people freak out because why is it backwards? Well, we don't think about it, but we do it backwards through the teens. 15, 16, 17, right? We do it backwards, but then when we get to 20, we don't want to go 120. Why not? You just did 18. So we'll get into that in the other video. So there, practice your numbers. So you've got 21, 22, 23, etc. Follows that same pattern. We get through 29. So we're going to go 9 and 20. 9 und 20. Okay. And then we get to 30, 30. Then this pattern starts over. 31, 32, 34, etc. And then you get to 39, right? 9 and 30. Then we go to 40, 40. Then the pattern starts again. 41. Again, it's just 1. Right? Remember, 1 is eins. You chop off the S. But like if you're going to say that is pair. Is ein. So ein und and 40. 21, 31, 41. So we got ein und 40. Okay, and then your numbers are based on the root numbers, just like in English. 40, 40, 50, 50, 60, 60, 70, 70, 80, 80, 90, 90, 90, and then 100, which is 100. Okay. And many Germans have started saying 100, and that's their language, so they can do it. But traditionally, you don't say ein when you say it, you say 100. And then when you get to 200, then you start saying it. So now you at least should be able to find your age number and be able to say your age better. All right. So let's skip down here. Next part is our grammar, the subject pronouns and the verb sein. This is one of my favorite lessons. I'll probably actually, once hairtailor.com gets up and running, I definitely will do a complete video of this with a much better quality. But for now, this is, I think, the best way that I've found in 25 years of teaching German, how to memorize the verb to be. Okay, so the verb to be in every language is messed up. Verbs follow patterns in every language. We call it conjugation of verbs. You may have heard that. It's a grammatical term. That's just how we say things, right? We do it in English. We don't think about it, but we do it as well. They do it in French and Spanish and German and all Italian, all the other languages, Chinese. They have some forms of this where whoever's doing the verb affects how the verb looks. Well, when you get the verb to be, it's one of the most common verbs. It is the most common verb. So it gets used the most often. When you use things, they get muddled and get messed up. So sein doesn't follow any of the patterns that it should. Okay, it doesn't do it in English. It doesn't do it in German. Okay, so we'll talk about verb conjugation in another video again, completely dedicated to just that. That's included in this Kapitel 1. Okay, it's included here. So we'll explain it well, but we'll go into more detail later. Some of you have some more questions, I'm sure. So we're saying to be or not to be. That is the question. Sein oder nicht sein. Das ist die Frage. Okay. So I am, you are, he is. Ich bin, du bist, ist. Okay. That's what we're talking about. Okay. And you've got the different forms. You've got I, you, he, she, or it. Okay, so that's first person, second person, third person. And those are all singular. One person, I am one, you are one, he is one, she is one, it is one. So first person, singular. Then over here, we've got we, y'all, and they. We, that's still talking about us, but it's more than one because it's we, me and someone else. We are plural. So this is first person, still talking about myself, but it's plural. So this is first person singular, I, first person plural, we. Y'all, so you are one person, first person singular. When I'm talking to all of y'all on the internet, That's y'all. So it's second person, talking to you, second person, plural. Then you've got third person, they, talking about them, but he is a singular, talking about he. She is a singular. I put them together. I talk about them, they. So that's third person, plural. So I, you, he, she, it, we, y'all, they. Same thing exactly in German. I'll show you in a little bit. Right here. Here we've got I, you, he, she, it, we, y'all, they. Right here. Okay. Same exact thing in English, or sorry, in German. I, you, he, she, it, we, y'all, they. Okay. So if we take it, keep that in mind, that's right how our thoughts are set up. We don't like to think about it because it's grammar and we don't like grammar, but that's how we think. I am one person and I'm singular and I'm talking about myself. So I'm first person. You're a singular person. I'm talking to you. So I'm second person. That you are second person, right? In my sentence grammatically. Okay. He, I'm talking about him. So he's third person. And you got singular and then plural. Okay. So same thing in German. Ich, I. Du, you. Er, he. Sie, she. Es, it. Wir, we. Ihr, y'all. Sie, they. Okay. Now, a lot of people get freaked out with the y'all because there's not an official y'all form in English in the United States. If you're here, we have Southern English, right? It's Texas, very famous for y'all. Everywhere in the South says y'all. Lots of people say y'all. It's becoming more and more prevalent in the language. So it does exist. It's not an official form, but we use it all the time. Okay, but you can see here in English, we've got a pattern, are, and are. That's our basic thing. If I'm going to say something is, if it's you, hey, you are pretty. You are late. Right? That's singular are, but are looks exactly like we are pretty. We are late. We are having fun. Okay? Same are. Y'all are, hey, what are y'all doing? Okay? What are you doing? What are y'all doing? Doesn't change. Okay? Hey, what are they doing? Right? The two weird ones we have is am and is. I am hungry. He is hungry. She is hungry. Okay. In German, we have a very similar thing. Ich bin. Du bist. Er ist. Sie ist. Es ist. Wir sind. Ihr seid. Sie sind. Okay. So you've got I am, you are, he, she, it is, we are, y'all are, they are. Same exact thing. Notice we got this are kind of repeated pattern, sind, but it doesn't transfer over to that side. So it's a little different. So what I've found, and I've got some notes up here that you can read through. I'm just going to keep going here and go on from this point. Let's see. Oh, that's talking about the formal. We'll get to that in a bit or in another video. The way I've found to learn the verb sein, to be, the way I found to be the most effective is one of the most annoying, but you've probably all had teachers that had something very annoying that they did that taught you. And even though you didn't want to learn it, you learned it. So this may be one of those things for you. Hopefully not. Hopefully you'll love it as much as I do. And again, I hope to do a complete video on just this. But to memorize the verb sein, to be, I memorized it using the Oompa Loompa song from the original Willy Wonka, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the old one with Gene Wilder, right? And what do the Oompa Loompas sing? Oompa Loompa, Doompa Dee Doo, right? So we do that, but instead of using Oompa Loompa, we use the word for to be. Ich bin, du bist, er, sie, es ist, Wir sind, ihr seid, sie sind. So there you go. So there's my learning trick, kind of annoying. Don't forget to separate es, yes, because if you say es, yes, ist, that means he, she, it is. That doesn't make any sense. So he is, she is, it is. But you memorize it with ich bin, du bist, es, es, ist. So es, es becomes one word in the song, but it's three words. Sie, es. Ich bin, du bist, es, es, ist. Wir sind, ihr seid, sie sind. Okay? So have fun. Practice, preferably aloud. If you have some time on your own, if you're in the shower, great place to practice. If you don't mind annoying your family, practice around them. Hopefully they're all learning. Hopefully you guys are all learning German together, and you can all practice annoying the neighbors. So there you go. So here's some practice. So you look at, all right, what do I got to fill in a blank here with the forms of sein? So I got to figure out what part to put in. There's du. So I go back, look at my chart. What goes with du? Du bist. Bist du, du bist, etc. All right. And then, of course, I've got the answers there for you. All right. So that's the end of this video. Make sure you pick up with, here are the German federal states. Obviously, we're going to have all of Kapitel 1 all together, but this is just broken into sections. I'm going to stop right there with this Zweite Stufe. That was quite a bit. So remember, don't practice too much every day. You've got to practice. Every day is great. Take some breaks, take some time off, but don't practice for 8 hours today and then not practice again for another month. Right? Take a few minutes. That's why I'm trying to keep the video short. So go practice that, and then tomorrow come back and learn the Bundesländer. We'll be practicing in that lesson the spellings and pronunciation and all those things as well. We're going to learn about the Federal Republic of Germany a little bit, and some maybe a couple fun stories in there. Don't forget to go over to hairtailor.com and order a t-shirt or 10. Until then, we'll see you next time. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Tschüss.